It is a lovely and beautiful day. I'm super excited. Okay. Hello. Give me 1 second to share. I'm moving so fast. How is everyone doing today? We have a wonderful, beautiful show coming up. Um, this one's gonna be a little bit different, but it shall be worth it. I have some great topics, and I cannot wait to dig into it. But for right now, I must share before I forget. Okay, I think I'm just about done. Alrighty. Hello, everybody. Um, Thank you for those of you who have joined. I truly appreciate it. And I just wanted to simply say, hold on, before I start the saying, let me mute my trusted device here. Anywho, well, today is going to be great. I said that, but I mean it, so I had to say it twice. All right, before I hop on into it, I just wanted to kind of cover the basics of what I'm going over today, which will be medications. That's going to be the first thing we're going to talk about. And then we're going to have fast food versus healthy food and stress management. So all of this will be wrapped up with a pretty little bow by the time I'm done. Let's just dig right on into it, shall we? Okay, so the first medication that I will be talking about will be gabapentin. For those of you who do not know what gabapentin is, it is a how do I put this? It's pretty much a nerve medication for those who have sickle cell. Most of the times, it's used for nerve damage, nerve pain. It could be used for arthritis. It was originally created for epilepsy patients, though, but it is definitely something that's not for me. I'm just gonna start with just saying start with that. I'm gonna start with that, but really I wanted to talk about these specific medications because I've had my own experiences with them, but I have a lot of different sickle cell family who have also had their own experiences with these medications. So if you've had some type of reaction or if it works well for you, don't be afraid to comment. If you don't know what this medication is, don't hesitate to say that because I'm going to end up putting, turn that off. It's making my nose run. I'm going to end up putting a lot of information in the comments section so that everybody. Okay, cool. Cool. So that everyone can have the information that I've had and the research that I did. With that being said, gabapentin, I would not say it doesn't work, because it does. It does what it's supposed to do. It helps alleviate nerve pain. However, because there is an however, it the bad part for me was it caused a tremendous amount of memory loss, especially like short-term memory. In that time that I was taking it, I couldn't remember anything. It couldn't stick. Like, it just literally is, everything was just a little lucid. So I would say that it's not the medication for me. Like I said, it works for some people. Some people it's good. I can't take it. I'm sorry. I just don't like having, blocks of my life be things I can't remember. Maybe that's just me. Maybe that's my problem. But, I'm all for telling people so that they can make an informed decision for themselves moving forward. If you have, if you feel like you have nerve pain and you've been considering taking it, it's best to do as much research as possible and talk to your doctor about it, and don't let anybody kind of force it upon you, because that seems like the first medication they want to give you is gabapentin. I can't, and I won't take it. So just, make the decision for yourself and go with what's best for you. Hello, Shaquana. Ask your questions. I'm here. um, Truthfully, it has a lot of information out there. There's also articles about it, about gabapentin and sickle cell and how it's failed sickle cell patients. So, you know, I'm not saying, but I'm just saying. Like I said before, I will definitely enter all this into the comments. I have this stuff already. But I want to make sure I'm engaging with you all, and I don't want to get off topic. So we're just going to move right along. How do I feel about Oxbryta? Okay. So I will be doing a segment on Oxbryta, not anytime in the very near future, but I will definitely be talking about it because I do take it. And I can say that Oxbryta is a you gotta kind of go through the hard just to get to the best part of it, pretty much. Because when I first started taking it, it sucked. I'm not gonna lie, it did. It sucked. I didn't feel good. My body had to readjust, and it was just a lot going on. But ultimately, it helped keep me out of the hospital as often as I was going. It helped me with my quality of life. I was able to do more. So I feel like the benefit far outweighs the risk of taking Oxbryta. Yeah, so how are you feeling taking this medication? Because I know how it can be when you first start. So if I could give you any advice, it would be to hang in there. It doesn't work for everybody, but it worked for me. And I, I think that it's time to do some updates. Yep. Some updates for all the medication that I've been taking and the you know, vitamins and new stuff that I've taken as well. Don't really know. Well, how long have you been taking it? That that might have a lot to do with, whether or not. Okay, so oh yeah, it definitely does that. I didn't even mean to click that on. I didn't even know, but it definitely, yeah, it causes the stomach issues. It causes the headaches, all of the above. Your body has to adjust to the medication. All right. So, yeah, a month. It took me about like 3 months really to like fully. Nyla, I tried my iPad under the table. Like, I'm not finna do that. Not today. Keep my iPad is literally under the table. See, that's why I called you, because that was so easy. With me, it would have been all types of just a lot going on for just me to get this. Okay. Um, let's see. No problem. No problem at all. Thank you for asking your questions. Thank you for interacting with me. I totally appreciate it. I truly do. All right. So, getting back to the topic at hand, we're going to go into Toradol. Now, Toradol is a little different for me because I was taking it for a long, well, like a few years, like probably like 4 or 5 years. I was taking Toradol, and it worked. It really worked. My whole issue, a lot of my life has been with inflammation. So when I get to a certain level of pain, and the inflammation is more so than the actual like acute crisis, should I say, you could give me as much pain medicine as you dream, and it won't touch it the way that Toradol would have. Um, which I think is not the best thing, because Toradol is really hard on your kidneys, especially when you already, you know, we have sickle cell, we have all these issues, our organs constantly getting ripped and shredded at, and iron overload, and all these other things. So it's just, you already kind of got it bad with the whole kidney situation. So when you add the Toradol to it, it's the perfect storm. It really is. I remember having a heart to heart with my doctor because he told me, he said, I have to stop you from taking this medicine. And I know it works, but you can't take it. And I was just like, but why? Like, what? It's working. Like, you understand? It's working. And he was a great doctor. He was like, I understand exactly how it's working, but it's actually going to leave you worse off than where you would be if you didn't take it. And so we had this whole heart to heart. I cried. He was emotional. It was crazy. I swear, sometimes I wish I could have like a recorder on my life so I could just play it back for people. Like, did you see that? Did you see that emotion that doctor was feeling about this? And ultimately, we made the decision to just keep moderately administering the medication. But it was to my detriment, because I definitely have kidney problems now, and I definitely cannot take that medication at all whatsoever for any reason, no matter how bad of a inflammation flare up I have. I have to do everything in my like power to possibly have just naturally remove inflammation. It has been a challenge, but it's actually been pretty decent compared to how much I would get sick and have those inflammation flare ups where the medication wouldn't work. To now, I think since I stopped taking Toradol. That was 4 years ago. Because I just moved out here, and my doctor, my kidney specialist was like, nah, no NSAID, we good, we got to keep you, So I just didn't take it anymore, but it definitely did hurt my kidneys, and it's definitely not advised something you should take for years on end. You know, it's not something that I would suggest. I'm not a doctor, but I'm just saying, as someone who has physically had their body been damaged by this medication, at any point, like, you just really want to, like, ignore it if you can. You can take something else. Maybe there's some other medications. I didn't even explain what Toradol was for people, did I? I'm so sorry. I just jumped right into it. I was so, get a little razzle dazzle a little bit. It is a anti-inflammatory, in case you didn't catch the whole inflammation thing I said the whole time. Yeah, it definitely, it works, but it's a double-edged sword. It really is. It's not worth it if you can help it. Personally, and I'm glad that I had a doctor that was honest enough and real enough, because some doctors, and I'm not saying it's all doctors, but I'm just saying some doctors, that's all they want to give you. Run the Toradol, please. Like, no, we're not doing that. So ultimately is what I'm saying. Sometimes doctors want you to just take medication to appease them. Oh, well, if you take the Toradol, I'll give you the dose of, medication, pain meds that you want. So then you feel inclined to take these things. Don't. If you don't need it, don't take it. If you don't absolutely need it, don't take it. Trust me. Because you do not want the stress of having to figure your whole kidney life out. Oh, baby. You will have a whole situation, and you would be like, for Toradol? Like, yes, for Toradol. It happens. Okay. Sorry, guys. It's like snowing out here, or almost snowing, so it's really cold, and it's a lot going on outside. I would just put it that way, and so it's affecting me here. Would CBD work? Well, possibly. Honestly, if you have issues with inflammation, I can't, like, I'm not a doctor, so I'm not going to tell you what you should do, but I would say, personally, I would add things into my diet that, sorry, excuse me, that takes as much inflammation out of your body as possible. I would definitely try to have, like, alkaline food types. I would definitely try to drink more alkaline water. Personally, that's a good thing. CBD is possible to work, but there's also, like, vitamins. I've had vitamins that help with inflammation, and it worked, like as if I was taking an NSAID. I can look up the vitamin that I took, because I don't take it right now. It worked when I would take it. So I can look it up for people who wants to know, if you're interested, and I can put it in the comments, a link to it as well. Okay, I think we getting through this pretty darn good. All right, so moving right along, we're going to talk about some fast food versus healthy food. But before we move on, I do want to say this. If anyone out there in social media, period. If you have taken gabapentin or Toradol, you've had a great experience, you love it, you want to talk about it, you want to bring up all of this. I didn't really focus on the greatest features of it, but I feel like people get the gist of it, right? If you want to come and be on a panel where you give your testament to where it is not for you, that is also an option. Needless to say, you can DM me privately on my page or on the Sickle Cell Experience page and request to be on the panel about Toradol and gabapentin coming up later this month. Okay, so moving along. Fast food versus healthy food. Now, I talk about the benefits. We'll just say this. Fast food is very convenient. You don't have to, especially when you're sick and you're not feeling well. It's so much easier just going and ordering something on Uber Eats or DoorDash or going to going to McDonald's down the street, something. It's so much easier to do that, but it's so much, it's so unhealthy at the same time that whatever you could have done to prevent you being sick could possibly add to it. Personally, I don't at all believe that you should just stop ever eating fast food ever, because sometimes there's a time and a place. And some fast food is really good. Like there's this place called Urban Gyros. It is a really good place. It's considered fast food, but it's not. It's like a healthier side. It's Mediterranean. I love Mediterranean food. Anyways, I'm saying all that to say I totally and completely understand. You know, sometimes life happens. People have kids, people have sickle cell. There's a lot going on. Even for a healthy person, it's so much easier to go straight to McDonald's, Burger King, somewhere, and just get some food. Chick-fil-A, come on now, for the Chick-fil-A people, y'all know the business. If you know, you know. That lemonade didn't just pop out the sky. We know what it is, so I get it. But honestly, I was reading up on articles and everything, and it said you don't have to just stop cold turkey eating out. You can replace healthier meals one by one, even if it's a snack, even if you're like, oh, okay, instead of ordering a burger, I'm just gonna go in there and make me a salad, a tuna salad. And just by doing that little thing, you've set yourself up for success. You've taken yourself from making one decision that could have possibly altered your health and everything else, and you're putting yourself way in a point to do better. And I think that's how I would personally, that's how I do it. I am very much so the type of person that sometimes I need a day. I can't cook or whatever the case. So, when I do eat out, I try to look for the healthiest options if I have to, or I keep things in my house that's going to be quick, easy, and efficient, but also healthy. I try not to eat empty calories, but living with an 8-year-old, it tends to be, a little what, because and then it's crazy because I go and I buy all my fruits and my vegetables and eat all healthy, and then I get my daughter her stuff, and then she's like, "No, mom, I want yours." So my stuff leaves quicker, And then I'm forced to eat snacks. Not forced, because they're good. Kid snacks are amazing. Okay, it brings me back to my childhood, especially some of the things like Oreos. Y'all don't hear me though. You don't hear me. um. Okay. Also, poor habits definitely lead to obesity. Of course, we know that. Lots of things lead to obesity, but that is definitely one that will go get you there quicker. Poor eating habits, not the best thing. So just try your best. I try my best. I try to eat, vegan, vegetarian. I try to have an open mind, pescatarian. I really try to stay grounded in not committing myself to something, especially because what it is eating too much of something is always bad for you. Hey, Nikita, how you doing, love? So I think that's the tips that I would give. I would like to know by, the people who are watching right now, is her girl. I feel you. When you got kids, it's so hard to keep healthy food in your house. I don't even want to go there because. But I would like to know for those of you who are watching, those of you who plan to watch, if you have a go-to healthy meal, or what would you choose if you had an unlimited budget? Would you choose to eat out more, or would you eat healthy more? And contrary to popular belief, it's actually not expensive to eat healthy. It's very inexpensive. You just gotta know. And I think I want to start showing people that too, because it's so easy. Like, I have all these recipes, and I need to start putting like the price on how much I pay for these things, because people would be like, "Wow, that was it. That was it." Thank you. I'm trying. I'm not gonna say I'm trying. I'm doing, because this is something that I am very passionate about, and I really love helping people find their best self. And if I've only helped one person find their best self, I've done my job. I know I helped myself find my best self a lot. So, okay. Yeah. Especially once I moved out here to Texas, El Paso. We'll just put it like that. In El Paso, food is different, real different than California. Okay. I'm going to put it like that. I'm from Cali. Cali got some of the best food you will ever. And you know how people like, oh, you're saying that because that's where you're from. No, I'm saying that because it's true. The best food, it's like a melting pot. Anything you want, anything you can think of, you can have it in LA. So, and it'll be good and authentic. So yeah, that I definitely would choose to eat at home versus eating out. Just everything. I'm a great cook, so it's just there's nothing that I like. I'm like, oh, I'd rather go out to eat for that. Nope. Nope. Okay. So I think we're doing so well today. This is so amazing. We're getting to my favorite part. For those of you who do not know, I am very much so a big mental health advocate. I very much so think that everybody in the world should focus more on their mental health, because you can do all that you need to do to stay healthy. You can take the medication, you can take the vitamins, you can eat right, you can have all the right things going for yourself physically. But if your mental is not right, it won't matter. So I think it is high time that I kind of intertwined how I present things, because usually it's the mental health side and everything that I go through with unpacking my past, and then it's the sickle cell advocacy. But I want to focus more so on helping not just other people but myself as well to evolve um, mentally and in a mental health arena, honestly, because that is a big struggle for sickle cell patients. Anxiety, depression, PTSD. There's so much. I can go on. The list can go on for days. Um, but for specifically today, we will be talking about stress management, because stress is a trigger. Who knew that? I knew that. Stress is like the biggest, for me, one of the biggest triggers ever is stress. Stress will make me sick faster. I could go out in the weather with no jacket, dance in the rain. Look, you trying to listen. I didn't call you. Siri trying to be all up in the conversation. I could go out into the weather with no jacket, dance in the rain, be happy, be free. And as long as I allow myself the right amount of time, I will be okay. But if I allow myself to stay in a state of stress for too long, it will not be okay. It won't be okay. Everything will fall apart. And I mean my body when I say that. So I just want to speak to that, because I know that a lot of patients, specifically sickle cell patients, deal with a lot of stress, and it's a trigger. Stress can kill a healthy person. Stress can just cause a heart attack and boom. So we have to find ways to actively, choose not to stress. It has to be like specific. When something happens, we can't go into that rabbit hole and just, imagine all the possibilities of what we, you know, could be stressing over, worrying, everything cause a ripple effect until our health fails. Or we can actively choose to do better. I know personally it is a very strong decision of mine, and it's not always easy. I have my moments, I have my times when I'm not okay. I'm stressed, or I'm, upset about something, and then I let it get to me. But I've been doing a lot of letting things go lately, like just so much that it's like I surprise myself sometimes. And I laugh at things. You can't take life so seriously. You want to, but you gotta just kind of let it go. You gotta do what Elsa said. Let it go. Just let it go. It's okay. Let it go. um, Things happen that we cannot control in life, but we can control how we react to it. So I say that to say this. I'm going to tell you guys a little story time about me and my stress and how I've actively learned to do better when it comes to stressing. Now, when I was in college, I would always get to the very end of the semester, the very end, and get sick. And it would be like just enough time. It'll be like literally a month of school left, if that. So I'll be out for a week in the hospital. I'll rush myself back to school so that I won't miss too much to not be able to be successful in my classes. And there was always those one or two classes, one or two professors that did not understand what was happening with me. So, and then them not understanding it, it made it very difficult to maneuver or to even pass the class. A lot of times they'll have to like accept it incomplete. Most of the time that's what happened. Or drop the class and start over. So it affected my GPA. It affected my financial aid. It affected everything. Now, granted, the other grades that I would bring up, it wouldn't be a C or a D. I would have A's and B's. So, yes, I could have said, hey, I did the best I could, and with the best I could, I had to drop this one class, but I passed the other 2 or 3 or 4 with an A or B. So ultimately, I could have took the stress out of myself in the situation and thought of it in that aspect, but there was always that pressure at the end because I knew the very next semester I would have to appeal for my financial aid. I would have to pay out of pocket to attend school. I would have to just jump through hoops just to go to school to better myself. It was a lot. And every year that I had to do that, I always felt like giving up. I always felt like, what's the use of doing all this if I'm gonna have to do it all over again? It's like, ultimately, I cannot help that I get sick, but they want me to explain how I will do things differently moving forward so that I won't get sick. I just thought that was funny because it was like, I cannot help that I get sick. I'm sorry. Like, but no. So a big part of me would be like, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. But ultimately, I didn't have that luxury. I had to pay out of pocket, and a lot of times I didn't have it. So I would have to play the game. But in playing the game, I learned lessons because ultimately that's all the counselor wanted from me. Every time I got sick, it was for a different reason. Every time I got sick, ultimately it was the stress of school and life building up until sick, right? So I would have to go to the counselor, do my appeals, and tell her how I intended to do things differently in the upcoming semester or the present semester most of the time because I would already be in school paying for everything on my own. So, it was very annoying. It was to me very I didn't feel it was very fair, but I did learn a lot because instead of saying, "Oh, I just get sick. That's it. Like, take that and walk with it." No, it forced me to have to reflect on, okay, why did I get sick? What caused me to get sick? Okay, I was stressed out. Okay, what did I do to relieve that stress? And how could I have done something differently? It really forced me to look at everything that I had been through, reflect, and choose to do better and not be sick the same way again. So ultimately, I was teaching myself coping mechanisms or de-stress techniques, and I didn't even realize it. But in all that time, I never saw the big picture. I never saw the picture of, oh my goodness, I'm actually learning I'm learning my body, first of all, because I knows me now. Okay. If I don't know nobody else, I know me. This body right here in me, we is real acquainted. I know her. Okay. So it forced me to get to know myself on a deeper level because I had to, in order to give an honest reflection of what caused me to get sick. So I thought I would tell that story because really and truthfully, that is, I want to say, one of the biggest reasons why I learned how to just de-stress, and techniques that I learned, and stress balls, and, you know, going for drives, going for walks, breathing, when I felt overwhelmed, when I felt like things were too hard for me, taking deep, long breaths helped. Um, I'm big on words of affirmation. I'm big on, like, for instance, I feed off of positive energy. I feed off of love and light. That's what fuels me. And I can't function otherwise. So if I'm in a place or a position where someone just wants to drain me constantly, drain my energy, drain my time, drain anything, I had to learn how to set those boundaries and be okay with that. I'm 30, I'm going to be 32 next week. And it's still hard because, in 32 years, you still have a lot to learn. But I will say this, if I don't stop dropping my iPad under the table, sorry, I told you it's cold. I will say this, that personally, there are things that can be done. When you think things are immovable or something is just overwhelming, don't look at the big picture. Because I'm a big picture type of girl. I need to see the whole big picture before I put it on the wall. But I'm slowly learning that it's okay to start super small until you have a big picture. I have been on Audible. That's the word. And I've picked up some wonderful books. I've listened to a lot of samples. Will Smith's book. There we go. It's a really good one. But one in particular is called Detoxify Your Mind. And I started that book, and it's very interesting. Right now, that's the word I'm going to use. It's interesting. It shows you how to change your negative thoughts, or understand that your negative thoughts don't have to come to fruition. You don't have to make it stick. So I'm going to put the link to those in there. And also, there's the Calm app. There are so many apps. I have so many links. That's why I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't even know how I'm going to get all this to you guys. But there are things that can be done. Also, there's another technique that I have. I got some rose water. I love roses, right? Love the smell of them. It's very nostalgic. It's very, like, a wonderful thing for me, I guess. Anyways, and I'm feeling too stressed, especially lately. My life has been crazy. My daughter's been sick. Things been crazy. Instead of focusing on the stressful parts, and when I start feeling that way, this is just rose water. I just wait. I just spray my face, and it's so exhilarating and refreshing, and it forces me to stay present. It forces me to stay right here instead of overthinking something, instead of going deeper into a rabbit hole that I don't need to be in. If anyone has any questions, let me know. There's also guided meditation in general, specifically like repeating prayers for those of you who are religious. So you pick a prayer, it could be in the Bible, it could be something that you wrote down, and you repetitively pray that prayer. And it's like meditation, but it's to help show you and keep you grounded. Taking nice, long, deep breaths. Staying present with your body. Going through your whole body, realizing where you're tensed up at and relaxing it. Yoga, if you're into yoga. There's so many ways to de-stress. And honestly, all of the ways I named are good to like do all. It's good to do all of them. I have an article on that as well. An article on everything, okay? With that being said, try, even if you do it a few minutes out of the day, right? It'll be so much more worth it to do that and to stick to it than to just fall apart. Focus on the task that you can complete right in front of you. And I know it gets hard because Lord knows I know about being hard. But it's worth it to not stress. It really is. It really puts you in a very special place of peace, love, joy, and understanding. Even for those people who try to disturb your peace, you're just like, oh, you tried. Good for you. You didn't get far. Thank you for keeping me aware of my evolution. When a person challenges your state of mind, your joy, your peace, all of the above, be appreciative of it. Thank them for challenging your evolution. I know that sounds like, what have you been reading and listening to, Shay? But truthfully, I'm so serious. That is something that I fully believe in. Like, it's too much in this world going on to be focused on negativity. It's just too much. It's way too much. I call, like, stop it. Just stop. Just stop. If anyone has anything they want to add, any de-stress techniques that they have, I'm down to learn more. I've learned so much, and I want to learn so much more because I want to get to the point where I'm so unbothered. Because, like, for the most part, I am unbothered, but then there's that part of me that's like, don't push me too far, though. Because it's a deeper side to me. Let's just put it that way. It's another side that I actively try not to be. So, again, personal evolution. It's all about. I've been talking for 49 minutes and 43 seconds. So thank those of you who have been listening. Thank those of you who has just interacted, because thank you so much. I love interacting with everyone who watches. If you have not already, please share this. I want to give people, I know this is a little different, it's just me, but I really want to give people the opportunity to learn more, to know more, or to add to what I've already spoke about. And definitely for those of you who didn't catch the earlier part of the discussion, if you have anything you want to add to the panel discussion on gabapentin or Toradol and/or, because you could do both. I did both. Yeah, DM me, or you can DM the Sickle Cell Experience, and I will still see it. So, yeah, I mean, if there's any questions, comments, let's see if I missed any comments. Let's see. Okay, I missed this one. I was on morphine and I was getting worse until doc gave me Toradol injection and made a quick recovery. Thank you for the info. I tried to avoid it by being as alkaline as possible. Great. Yep. That's the way to do it. Definitely. Don't take Toradol without doing your research and realizing where you're at with your kidneys, because some people don't have kidney problems whatsoever. Some people are borderline. Some people are like, it's shaky. So let's just actively try this year to just be better, do better for ourselves. I know that that's really what I want to do. And I need some accountability partners. I do. I do my best. I truly do my best, but it's not always easy, especially when you have a little girl running around here. um, yeah, I'm not gonna hold anybody too long. It doesn't have to be exactly an hour. If no one has anything they want to add, no comments, no questions, no concerns, I will respond later if I may have missed anyone. But personally, I think I got a lot of stuff out and a lot of information out. And I do have so many links, so just be patient with me. I want to make sure I do it in a way that people can access it properly. And I also have statistics of all types of research, okay? just put it that way. But yeah, I don't know what is coming up for next week exactly, except for my birthday, of course. My birthday is next Friday, so I'm super excited. Yay! I usually do my 10 days to Shay Day. I would have done it yesterday, but yesterday was a little crazy. So I'm officially doing it on video. It's 10 days till Shay Day, okay? 10 days until my birthday. So I'm super excited. I'm super happy. I can't wait. Made it another year. I've been through the wire and back, and I'm willing and ready to go another year and another one and another one until I look back and be like, wow, look how far I've come. All right, y'all. Until next time, I want to thank you all for watching. Thank you for being you. Thank you for the support. Thank you for the love. All of the above. Like all that. I will leave you with my positive words of wisdom before I go, which is start where you are, use what you have, and do what you can. Until next time, folks, peace.